sub 5 minutes on this track? Nope. You know, Coach Wolf has us all fooled. He come across as this really enthusiastic track coach that can tell you when you kicked it in a little bit too early, kicked it in a little bit too late, how to glide over a hurdle a little bit better, soar in the pole vault a little bit higher. But that's not what he's really doing. To understand what he's really doing, you have to understand who he is at his core. You see, at the core of Coach Wolf is a distance runner. He's trained his body and his mind for the long game, for the long run. And that's what he's doing with us. Yeah, he wants to make good runners. But what he really wants is to make good people. Now, I'm kind of a goofy guy. My compass doesn't quite point north. But when I was younger, I was goofy, but I was also bad. Bad to the point that on a regular basis, the school and sometimes even the police were calling my parents because of something stupid I had done. After a conversation with my older brother, I found myself joining the track team. And after that, it was the cross-country team. And things changed for me. At one point, I'm going in one direction. Not passing my classes, probably not going to graduate high school, no future in sight. And then I'm going in another direction. Passing my classes, I'm coming out of my shell, I'm conceiving a future for myself. Now, I could use a lot of big words and terms to describe what Coach Wolf did for me, like elephant or umbrella. But instead, I'm going to tell you a story. It's a short story, it's not particularly long, it's actually not even really funny. But it's my favorite story. It's a story that I use to describe who Coach Wolf is to people, especially my troops when I'm trying to teach them. The story takes place about midway through my running career as cross-country season. As it was back then, as mature it is today, the boys and the girls teams were quite close. Well, the girls team got in their head that they all wanted to go to this dance that was coming up. So they started pairing off everybody, making sure everybody had a date. One young runner, she didn't have a date. So everybody kind of collectively looked around and said, you know what? Justin should take it. So people started dropping hints, like, hey, Justin, you see that nice young runner there? And I'd respond, yeah, I saw her, but me and Glenn Hawk saw some squirrels in the woods. We're going to go chase them. Or, hey, Justin, you take anybody to the dance? And I was like, no, Star Trek's on that day. Well, I just wasn't getting the hint. So after a cross-country meet, on the way home, I found myself cornered at the back of the bus by a couple of the runners. There, they sat me down, they said, Justin, you should go to the dance, and you should take this nice young runner with you. I was like, I'm not even sure she'll go with me. If you ask, she'll go. So I mustered up some courage, hopped a couple seats forward, and I asked that nice young runner to the dance. And she said yes. And then the bus erupted in laughter and happiness. The clouds parted, angels blew their horns, sunshine came down, doves flew around the bus, whole 9 yards. Everybody was happy. Everyone but me. You see, I'd never been to a dance up to that point. Never been on a date. Never even held a girl's hand other than my mom's. So I'm not sure if he just felt a disturbance in the forest or he saw the look of fear in my face, but I heard my name bellowed out, Justin! It echoed. I looked up. It was Coach Wolf. Come here! He commanded. So I moved to the front of the bus. Sit down! He ordered. So I sat down. Now, mind you, Coach Gross is also at the front of the bus, and she's all giggles and smiles. Justin's going on his first date, so she's not helping this situation at all. Coach Wolf looked at me with those wide wolf eyes of his, and he asked, Justin, did you ask that nice young runner to the dance? And I responded, yes, Coach, I did. And he smiled. But then his smile faded, and all emotion drained from his face, and his eyes pooled into two black orbs of doom that pierced my soul and sent shivers down my spine. And in a tone that can only be described as coming from a father of two young, beautiful girls, Coach Wolf looked at me and said, Justin, there's some do's and don'ts when you take a young girl out on a date. We're gonna go over those right about now. There, at the front of the bus, Coach Wolf went over the do's and don'ts of taking a young girl out on a date. Needless to say, the date went off relatively well. I'm going to close with Frost. He's one of my favorite poets, but I'm going to use a little liberal license with his words. Two roads diverged on a wooded path, and because of Coach Wolf's guidance, love, support, and mentorship, I was able to take a path less traveled. That has made all the difference in the world. Thank you. Coach Wolf, congratulations.